And we are live. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another scene for Darkness in Dublin, the Changeling venue, where we have made the executive decision that Rides has so romantically parked his caravan near to, well, what passes for beaches in Ireland. There seem to be a lot of cliffs and rocks and not so much sandy beach, depending on where you go. So, she will be sorry. So, what had happened was, after everyone has piled into the caravan and driven off and parked, and well, at the very least, two of them did what you do after parking a vehicle ever so romantically. Bambi will actually eventually pop back up because maybe her sleep cycle's been messed with. Maybe somehow she's not exhausted after all the noise. And after all that delightful noise making. But whatever the case, Pepper will. Oh dear. Pepper will hop up and carefully, just very delicately extract herself from the bed and from Rides and pull on some clothes and just kind of, again, very, very delicately attempting to be quiet, trying not to wake anyone. Will pick her way through the caravan, try to be as careful as possible in popping open the side door and step on out. It is very possible that anyone who would like to can wake up or be stirred by this, but it'll probably be like right as she's clicking that door shut because it's hard to shut them firm enough for them to catch without making a bit of noise.
And, I imagine the sound of the door shutting would kind of have Raven sit up and look around and get up and kind of see what's going on. Poke her head out. Someone's going out somewhere, and fuck it, she's nosy. She wants to find out what's going on, and she'll poke her head outside and immediately wonder how the fuck they got to the beach.
Yeah, she'll see Bambi picking her way along, probably wearing something like, something she can move well in, so like some short type thing, and then like, I don't know, one of Ride's massive shirts that she's just kind of casually pulled on. So it's a very loose form of dress. It's minimal, but it's decent. And the satyr is picking her way towards the more the lesser grade incline or decline towards the beach, where she can kind of pick her way down. And thankfully, being a satyr it's decidedly sure-footed, so she's not going to take too bad a stumble on her way. And yeah, so she'll see just off that way, Bambi is starting to pick her way down towards the water. Under this delightful moonlight.
And so, as our delighted heroes begin to make their way towards the beach, they'll see, off in the rocks, the sea is splashing against, well, pretty rapidly. Harshly, somewhat so. Kind of odd considering how far the tide is, but still, it meant to make a pretty big splash on those rocks. You'll see, looks like a girl. Fairly young-ish, what you can tell. It's pretty far away, and she's kind of huddled on the rocks, knees up to her chest, and she's got like a towel, well, looks like a towel wrapped around her shoulders. And she just seems to be sitting there, the water splashing over her, the hair matted and wet, but she doesn't really seem bothered by it at all. Just kind of there. Almost like she's 1,000 yards staring over to that line where the sky just meets the sea.
And ironically, I'm pretty sure a Selkie's famine is pretty much like their hair is constantly wet. She may have like webbed feet or toes. She'll have like the big dark seal eyes, but it's nothing that Bambi can really pick out at this distance. So she'll be picking her way down and spot that little figure huddled out on the rocks and kind of pause, squinting. Has Raven started kind of picking her way along? Has she left the caravan?
Yeah. In her mind, Bambi is made of glass. And and her going out to the beach by herself is just an invitation for trouble.
Spoiler,
So
it probably
she's coming along after. If it looks like it would take a while for her to get there, should probably do a couple hops and maybe glide a little with her wings to get there faster.
We are on side. Can you glide with them? That's actually really cool, but I have no idea.
I have the merit that lets me fly with them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do all the cool shit. Anyway, as you guys treacherously make your way through the path, along the beach, through the rock pools, you begin to hear a noise. A noise of something, kind of scratching sound against the rock. It's still a fairly distance away from the girl. You can see it clearly now. Those traits are kind of beginning to show. They're kind of off, pale skin. Almost begins to glisten somewhat in that hazy sunlight. Yet those waves still crashing pretty heavily. You begin to hear something, and definitely you, Bambi. Does Moonlight? I don't fucking know. Suck a dick. Anyway. Damn right.
So I'm hearing scratching?
Yeah. Well,
Where?
both of you, really. From below.
So kind of pause?
That's odd.
Glance back at Raven, who's followed her. Glance down the beach.
You kind of see, both of you, in fact, you kind of lock onto it. The movement, first of all, just to be sure, you can see Chimera and shit, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Well, here goes nothing. You see, looks to be a little crab. Running around, scuttling, kind of panicking, picking up little bits and bobs of shells and stuff, kind of just collecting them up on his back and dropping them and picking them up and dropping them. Just kind of running around. And you see it stops and it looks at you. Like, looks at you.
Blink.
It's got eyes.
But like she's seen, well, Pepper has seen Disney movies. She's just like and she finally is like, I don't know what to do with this. I just don't. And she kind of looks down at this crab and looks up at the girl and finally kind of cups her hands around her mouth and calls out, trying to be heard over, she imagines the wash that's sending sea spray up around this girl is fairly loud. So she will likewise call very loudly, just hollering.
Hey, shh. Shh. Get back.
What? What? Why?
Shh. Listen here, all right? Listen here, yeah. What? Keep it quiet. Look at her. Huh?
She okay?
Oh, she's having a bit of quiet time. Don't worry about it.
Brownie face.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. Shh. Oh, I got to do it again. Shells, all right? Get in the shells. She likes the fucking shells, all right? Come on. It's just this crab begins to scuttle away, picking up more shells along the little rock pools.
She kind of glances back at Raven and shrugs, like, I mean, do we have a better idea, essentially?
Raven, she looks at Bambi and shrugs and kind of follows after the crab.
Come on, what are you fucking waiting for, you fucking numpties?
But what?
The fuck? do you think you're fucking doing, eh? Just fucking standing around here.
I was going to the beach. Oh, God.
Stop going on the fucking beach. Thinks you're going on the fucking beach. All right. Put it this way then. All right, and he just kind of runs up and the little jump as he just kind of levels with your eyes and just that
reels back a
comedic,
little
like,
as he hops up there.
that little comedic, like, float in midair for the second. It's like, oh, you fucking listen here, right? Is you all right? I'm trying to keep things steady over there. Not having a good day. Drops back down.
Blink. She likes shells?
Shells.
Okay. And yeah, she and her little slip-on shoes will go, she'll kind of hop herself the rest of the way down to the beach.
Come on, get a
Start
fucking
up.
move on. Come on. You feel it kind of snapping at your ankles a little bit.
No, there's no need to behave that way.
Oh, you know it behave that way.
She, once he stops the snapping to start sassing, she, goes and starts kind of plucking up a choice shell here or there. Like, not picking up every broken piece of shell that's gotten washed up, but bits and pieces here, ones that have like a nice sheen on them or something. Picks up a couple. Hardly, like a double handful, but picks up a couple. And again, kind of glancing to Raven to see what she's doing, but orients to go to this girl.
I mean, Raven is looking along the beach for a shell. She's not looking for a particular shell. She's looking for a shell that's kind of unique, like it's a little shimmery, or it's got an interesting shape, or something like that. And when she finally finds what she's looking for, she holds it up and turns it over in her hands a little bit. And then she'll look at Bambi, and she'll look for the crab, and she'll follow the crab.
Look, no matter what shell you find on here, ladies, ain't none of them going to be as shimmery as me. Head up, begins to strut away, carrying a shell.
and well, sass aside, Pepper has decided she has a couple, and they're not just stuff. They're actually something like a child would probably pick over others, and yeah, starts climbing, trying to see if she can get out to where this girl is sat.
And naturally, the crab just kind of scuttles away, the rocks being his natural habitat, and he runs up to the girl, and you can hear him, like, the hush kind of swearing, essentially, for all intents and purposes, because I can't talk to myself that much. He plants it down in front of her. You can even see, like, her head comes up a little bit as the crab begins to, he disappears over the other side of the rock as you can see a half smile on her face. So she actually turns and looks at you, kind of noticing you for the first time. Kind of the back goes straighter, the head comes up a bit, and she raises an eyebrow as you're both just carrying shells.
There's kind of a helpless shrug.
Can I help you at all?
I just thought I'd come and check on you.
I was just following her, and then I was following this little crab with a foul mouth.
I apologize if he's been rude.
Oh, no, don't worry. I also have a foul mouth.
She seems to smile pretty brightly. I'm assuming he told you to bring the shells.
He was very insistent.
Honestly, it's more of his obsession than mine, but she shrugs.
he also seemed very protective of your quiet time.
It's hardly quiet. You can hear the sound of the waves smashing against the rocks.
I imagine by now all three of them are soaked. Well, if she wasn't a moment ago, she is now. Very thorough, that. For what it's worth, like, even on the approach, there would have been the little clip clops. And, yeah, Pepper will just kind of approach a bit closer. And, do you mind if I sit?
If you don't mind sitting this high up now.
A bit of a shrug, and she'll, come over and fold herself down, like a respectable little, gap between them, but nonetheless will fold herself down to sit, kind of alongside-ish, and will shrug and place the shells down because, well, like in her reach, because, well, she had them now, she might as well. Are you all right?
And she, like, visibly takes in a breath, kind of the straightening up kind of thing. And the shoulders begin to lull and relax a little bit before you can see the tension take back up in her body, in a posture. I'm fine. Just adjusting.
And I will let you know, for what it is worth, that most knights will wear, squires will wear a red sash, knights will wear a white sash with a house symbol embroidered on them, and she is wearing one of such sashes. But yeah, she just shrugs. Are you new?
She nods.
It's a lot to adjust to.
Quite a lot.
Are you remembering?
Quite a lot again.
There's a sheepish grin. She kind of glances out over the water, like as the sea spray dissipates at least a bit between waves. I mean, I don't remember anything myself. Not much.
I mostly remember strong emotions and some vague memories of battle. I assume an important one.
It's funny. It almost feels like they're my own, but I know they're not.
Aren't they?
I don't know. That's what's funny about it.
What makes them seem like they're not yours?
She kind of cocks her head and, does the gaze upwards a little bit. I don't know. Still trying to figure that part out, I guess.
It's just a feeling that they're somehow wrong.
She nods. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't even introduce myself properly. She kind of turns around, kind of loosening the grip on her knees, so to say, and kind of lounging a bit, draping the cloak over herself a bit more, just for sheer coverage, warmth, anything. I'm Lady Aelin of House Fiona.
Ah, you're in good company. I am Lady Raven Celestis of House Fiona.
Oh, here's a stroke of luck.
And Pepper goes so far as to offer out a hand too. I'm just Pepper. I guess lady now. But just Pepper. Or Bambi lately, it seems like.
She reaches out and shakes the hand. It's a very delicate touch, almost like there's very little strength behind it. And you can even feel like she feels pretty weak.
Yeah, for what it's worth, Bambi doesn't have a lot of oomph to put it behind it either. But it's more delicate in that she is just prone to be more gentle of the touch, so there's that. So she takes the hand and takes it very gently, gives it the cursory shake, but then, releases it. Have you met anyone yet?
Shakes her head. Maybe you're the first.
You're very lucky.
Well, I say the first. She kind of looks over her shoulder. As you can hear yeah, you fucking piece of shit, yeah, great, you little fucking shrimp, I'm gonna get you, little kind of
Those
shrugs.
changelings. Oh, he is definitely a personality. Looks over. Like, ooh.
He cares at least.
It's worth something.
Seem to want to let me bloody go.
And then, in that case, I mean, she kind of glance over at Raven. I guess rides will cope, but would you like to come stay with us? I don't have a home per se, but at least tonight we're staying in the caravan. She kind of jerks the thumb up over her shoulder. And I have a small grove. It's not much. There's no proper shelter, but it's safe.
Yeah, the caravan is just parked over yonder, and she looks like, as she says the word yonder, she has this look on her face like, I don't even know where that word came from. It feels very strange in my mouth.
But I have several friends who are also very new, and I'm only so adjusted myself.
I've only been here about a week. I'm still getting used to having a fleshy body.
Hmm.
And it's safer together than apart. There are other things out here.
True, but it seems awfully weird to just stay with people I don't know and have just met.
That's fair.
You can hear from over the other side of the room. Yeah, don't fucking trust him. Move the fuck there. And she just, you see her snap the head round.
Well, for what it's worth, whether you trust us as a group, I can at least guarantee you that I'm no fighter. She kind of gestures down like she is so dressed down, and even chimerically, there's no weaponry on her at all. So, I mean, I'd be happy to give you some sanctuary if you want it, but I won't make you go anywhere. I just thought better with almost anyone than by yourself. We are things made of dreams, and so is he, but nightmares are dreams too.
She obviously stiffens. You can see it at just the mention of that word.
There will probably be an almost immediate response, at least, like an expression, like, ooh, just sympathetically realizing she's hit a nerve.
And I understand you care. There's safety in numbers. I do. I'm not like that. I'm not one to just take an offered hand just because it's offered.
No, fair enough. Just know that hospitality is very serious and enforced by the rest of us, if not by the dreaming itself. If you're given hospitality, no harm's going to come to you.
She raises an eyebrow.
Even I just lately accepted admittedly awkwardly earned hospitality from someone who most of the people that know me thought very dangerous. But she was an excellent host, very kind to me, as kind as she knew how to be. Hospitality is very real and very almost tangible. It's enforced. The
It's
dreaming has rules.
very important to us that when we extend hospitality to someone, the rules are followed on both sides.
Mhm. So, well, what I can offer is a little lacking. You're welcome to it.
She turns and looks over the waves again as they seem to have calmed somewhat. Just kind of you can kind of just see it off the left side of her face, the hint of a smile. She does turn back. I thank you for the offer. Unfortunately, it's going to have to beat sitting out on the rocks. So, if you don't mind.
Uh, Not at all.
I don't take up much room. Like, awkward smile.
I mean, I don't mind sharing space with anyone.
Pepper will actually glance back to Raven. Would it be a massive faux pas for me to offer her space in the caravan? It's
It's,
technically Rides'.
but you live there with him.
There, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, there's a faint pink tinge and a slight grin. Just pleased.
If you live there with him, it's yours, and hospitality is yours to offer. Though, no, I don't think Rides would violate it anyway, so it might not matter. But
Oh, I don't think he would. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't breaking rules I didn't properly know yet.
I mean, if it's something you want to avoid, um, I guess we could disappear and I could offer you hospitality in an apartment.
She actually kind of looks back to her. Do you have a place?
Yes, it's not, uh, it's not pretty, and it's not a freehold, but it's mine, I guess.
Actually looks to Laura. She says that, like, do you have a place? Because we found her on the beach, but that doesn't mean she doesn't have a perfectly good home of her own.
And she turns and just looks at the sea. You see just kind of the cogs turning. I do, but it's not a place I can go back to yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Too many fresh wounds.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I just hate to leave you out here when we go. Especially if you're kind of new to everything. Doesn't seem very fair.
If you would have me, I wouldn't refuse the hospitality.
And as silly as it is, because they're only there chimerically, those silly little doe ears do perk up a bit. Obviously, she is pleased with this answer. Good. Good. Very good. I mean, you don't have to move just now if you want to sit here. I wouldn't stop you. You seem, very at home here.
And she just kind of smiles, like the half smirk. As again, from the other side of the rock, yeah, you fucking little shit, I got you now, you little, yeah, go run away from me. Yeah.
And of course, I can welcome him into the grove, though I dare say if he comes into the caravan, listening to him and Reds argue would be actually very entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. It would be pretty funny.
Although, I don't, no, it would be fun and hilarious.
Well, Reds likes a good argument.
I'm just picturing it now, scaling his back to better shout in his face.
The crab means well. Just, it's an odd way of going about it.
I'm sure he does.
Crab!
Like,
Got a name, lady. Rolls her eyes, obviously.
I'm sure he does. Meanwhile, he just has
a very distinct personality.
and he only really seems to care about you.
Very distinct personality.
Bit of a grin.
He looks familiar somehow.
Oh, he does. Little nod.
Shrugs.
I can't quite place it.
Looks like a funny crab. That speaks. I mean, it's not the weirdest thing I've seen.
Fair enough. She kind of blinks. It's the weirdest thing you've seen.
She just kind of tugs on the now obviously more cloak that she's holding on to.
In Pepper's defense, I don't think she's ever personally met a Selkie, so she just kind of blinks at it.
Raven is also confused.
Yeah, there's no rule necessary. She kind of looks at it and blinks and kind of
Yeah.
looks back at her like, wait.
As they all just kind of blink like, what? She kind of gets the fact that, oh, right. I don't exactly know what it is. Yeah, but seems that this is where the memories come from.
Oh,
Ah,
blink. Back at Raven. Sounded like a revelation.
so that's yours. And the memories in it are yours, but not yours.
Blink.
Blink.
Is that right?
I don't know. That sounds very possible.
Hmm.
Expectant look, like, please tell me this is going somewhere, please.
I mean, Raven, like you can see like she's really thinking that you've been touching it this whole time, and it's not supposed to be possible to forget yourself if you have one. Maybe it's not a treasure.
What?
Maybe it's somebody else's treasure.
I mean, what if she doesn't know herself yet?
But that's also possible.
I barely know myself. I know Pepper, but I don't know me very well.
All I know is I am Lady Aelin of House Fiona. Just the name over and over.
It's a step. It took me a while to remember my name.
As she says that, our prominent hero returns carrying a small kind of disc, almost like a plate, inverted commas, so to say. On it, you see seaweed, a sea cucumber ish thing, some other assorted plants, and assorted shrimp. All raw, all sodden. And he puts it in front of her. Your Highness, shrimp a la seaweed. Mwah. She just looks at him like, what? I don't just look at me like that. I spend all this time looking at her. It's all right. It's all right. I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm a calm crab. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What you looking at, huh?
Blink, blink.
She just smiles and picks him up. Just kind of drops him by her right side, like out of field of view of the two lovely ladies. Please don't attack them because that would be stupid. You fucking stupid crap. Just slowly just slides the plate off the side of the rock until it just pushes it off with her foot, just like and it just falls off, and then the waves take it back again.
Poor crab.
Yeah, that was a. Uh,
You know, I'm sure we have some food up in the caravan. That's not raw.
If it is, we could cook it.
Yeah, true.
Honestly, I don't even know what to say.
Uh, I, I believe the appropriate term is thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Your hospitality is most welcome.
You are very welcome.
She kind of hint of a smile.
Pepper just looking back at this she like, why are you such a she? Like, I mean, I'm getting used to you, but why are you like this? God damn it.
And Raven will stand back and let Bambi take the lead from here.
I feel like she looks so proud of herself.
This is the kind of raised eyebrows looking between the two, like, I don't know what's going on here. When's it gonna keep smiling?
Oh,
Is that?
sorry. Things are interesting. You'll see. Did you want to come up? She kind of points up the, well, not really a cliffside. There's a grade there. It's fine.
Ah, sure. Oh, right. You just hear muffled like. Yes. No. Yeah. We'd love to. Uh. We yeah. Smile innocently, like nothing's happening down here. It's fine.
I'm definitely not half smothering the crab. It's everything's fine. For what it's worth, Pepper will go ahead and pop up onto her little hoofed feet, little cloven hooves, clippity claps, and yeah, starts kind of picking her way back. Though she'll pause to glance back to see if she's hesitating or seems torn on it or anything like that.
And she does actually begin to stand. I say begin to. She kind of crawls to the side of the rock, kind of slipping a little bit on the arms and feet. The towel cloak thing draped over her shoulders, and she just slowly begins to descend. Rather than going the land way, she starts making her way towards the water, essentially.
The eyebrows kind of raise, like, oh, God, what is she? Oh no, like,
Dear.
uh, like she's trying to decide whether or not to protest, and is kind of caught.
And Raven's just like, okay, well, Bambi's there, and you're go. Oh, I guess I'll follow you, and kind of following behind Lady Aelin because she's not really sure what's happening here, but
She
she's
goes in
thinking
the
she
water.
might need to pull some. Oh dear.
Oh, I really hope that's not bad. She actually says out loud, like, oh, like hand up over her mouth, like, oh, there are so many rocks. Like waiting for her head to bop back up type thing. Like there's the straight up like stock still stand staring at the water.
All right.
Like Raven is at the edge of the water and looking at the water and trying to figure out how bad an idea it would be to actually like get in the air. Try to see if you can find this poor girl.
Like she just disappears like the kind of like the pencil drop which just bloop, just straight in, just whoop, gone. And
Oh dear.
just I guess while you're standing there on the rocks, as Tom puts on his little narrator ST hat, perception alertness.
Yep. Where's my Discord?
Guess who's in charge of the scene now? Oh yeah.
Seems legit. I'll take it. For one whole success.
Yeah, let's see if I do any better. Probably not.
Where is it? Where is it?
Okie dokie. The rules.
And there it is. Oh, 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 oh.
The suspense.
Yeah, I'm typing it.
Oh,
Oh,
there it
no
is.
successes.
Oh, there it is. The crowd goes. No, nothing. You don't hear the crowd. Uh,
No, nope, nothing.
nothing.
Nada.
So Raven,
Panic!
you kind of stand there and watch as you just see the disappear into the darkened waters. Essentially, Pepper, you
E.
don't see it disappear, but you kind of just see the shadow, or the kind of, as you kind of see under the water, it's murky and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see things moving under there. You just see something moving incredibly quickly towards the shore. Just kind of, whew,
Like
under
making
the
the
water.
making that beeline.
Pretty much.
She'll start kind of trotting along, trying to keep pace,
I'm gonna
hoping really hard
see.
that she's gonna pop back out of the water there.
I'm gonna see if I can notice that, because
If nothing else, I imagine you'll see that Bambi is searching, catches onto something, and is staring kind of at the water and flicking her eyes between like the trail in front of her because it's not very smooth, and whatever is in the water, and is like hurriedly trying to keep pace with whatever she's seeing.
oh yeah, she definitely catches Bambi, and like starts following after Bambi, and
It's like,
holds
what is it,
off on
Bambi?
the I'm going
She's
in after
she's
her.
yeah, she's going little goat hops and all,
Like, what is it, Bambi? What is it? Somebody fell down a well?
pretty much. Pretty much exactly how that went down.
Yeah, as you guys make your way across the rock, you just see just stepping out the shallows, essentially, just rising out from the shallow water, almost like like you would see her if she was in that water. She stands up, but it goes up to about her thighs, and she just stands up out of the water and just
Oh,
turns around and looks at you and smiles.
wow. You must be a very strong swimmer.
What? Can't
Oh,
hear you from over here.
still hippity hopping, like I said, goat hops and all. Thankfully, with the hooves, she was very, very sure-footed. I said it. You must be a very strong swimmer.
Oh yeah.
She'll have a bit of a grin on as she, hurriedly goes to make up the distance.
And Raven is just scrabbling along behind them.
Really?
Rocks.
Yeah, she's not quite as sure-footed. She really, really wishes flying was a good idea, but it's not. So fuck it. She'll just keep hopping along, following Bambi.
She got them flutterby wings.
Yep.
And yeah, sooner or later, the pair of them will have caught up. And while Bambi probably has like a brisk breath going, she's not exactly out of air just yet. Though, glancing up the incline, glancing back. I hope you have shoes.
Looks down, bare feet.
And she will actually step out of hers. They're little slip-ons. Like they're not anything serious, but
Are you sure?
I yeah, I think I should be okay. She kind of taps a foot down, and it's odd because she has normal feet, but chimerically it's little cloven hooves, so they kind of pat into the sand, leaving a bit of a furrow. I think I'll be okay. Yeah.
Raises an eyebrow, like, whoa.
I know it's weird, but it makes its own weird kind of sense.
Like I said, I've just stopped questioning the weird stuff and just kind of rolling with it at this point.
That seems like the way to do it, really. It's like a helpless shrug, like, yeah, that's pretty much how we roll.
Yeah, and she'll make sure that the bumbling rocks Raven, it gets to the point of where they're all at. They say it's kind of watching her rather than here, my lady, let me carry it now. It's just like please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't. Okay, you got it. Oh, whew.
Well, while she is maybe not the strongest, most beat you in the face person, Raven is actually pretty athletic. So, although rock climbing is probably not her forte, she can handle it. It's okay. It's just, ugh, this body, fleshy, and the rocks are hard.
Yeah. It's okay. Just, one more climb and we're good.
Yes.
Little tail
One
fluff
more climb.
gives a little wiggle.
Raven will smile. You are honestly too cute for words.
Little grin. Shrug. It seems to work out. And yeah, she'll start, clambering up. Perhaps having to be a little more mindful of the fact that, oh, nope, she does have real feet after all, but she got this. She's fine. She literally can't botch an athletics check, so all in all, there may be a bit of bumbling, but she will start climbing on up. It's not so much like straight up climbing as, kind of scaling this little bit of rock and that little bit of rock and hopping up.
I feel like a roll is required for me here. Because
Sure.
this is interesting for me. Because, fun fact, this is diff 9 for me right now.
What?
Oh no.
Failed nightmares plus Dex out of water. Oh yeah, give me the sweet fail.
Tom, why?
Because
Why is it
I am the way I am.
So it adds diff to dex rolls if you're outside of the water?
From what I'm reading here, our difficulties for all dexterity rolls are on +1 when on dry land.
Are
Yep.
you... That's current C20 stuff?
I don't fucking know. I just read and I hemorrhaged the fuck out of myself. You should know this by now. I play with all of it.
Let me go poke open the book here.
I believe it is, but I don't fucking know. I should probably know this, seeing as I'm playing the damn thing.
It's just that when you're in the water, your diff's reduced by 2. There's no added diff for being out of the water.
Oh.
That's because that's how I read it.
I always read it as lower diffs in water, slightly a little bit higher in dry. Oh, okay, fine.
Sulkies reduce the difficulty for all rolls involving dexterity by 2 while in the water. This applies either to human or seal form. Also, they can never botch a swimming roll. Finally, Selkies can hold their breath for hours, whether in the water or out of it.
Oh.
So no, you just have a reduced diff in the water, not a heightened diff out of it.
Damn it.
You already have your fucking, -1 die from your nightmares. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
This one's slightly different. It's +2 diff.
Oh, was it?
I think so. Anyway.
Watching you.
Please, Katie. You know I like to hurt myself.
I do. I'm going to do it right.
As the other two clamber on, she's a lot more, slower, more frail, to say the least. The steps are kind of measured. Everything's just well I would say well thought out, but she just seems to kind of just jump at the rocks a little bit. I say jump, just kind of hop and kind of sit there for a minute, just like, okay, I'm here, right now. Let's go there. And oh god, eventually she crawls up the top. It's like, please kill me.
At least, especially if she's having a really hard time, Pepper will pause now and again to kind of help her up the worst bits. And especially by the time they get to the top, we'll reach down and offer a hand. And she's not especially strong, but if nothing else, by heaving her weight, we'll hoist her awkwardly up.
And Raven can kind of like hang back and help push her up.
It's a team effort, really.
Yeah,
totally. As you know, Pepper's helping pull her up a little bit. Yeah, Raven's pushing up at the bottom of her feet. The crab's pushing at the other foot. Just kind of like, come on. Yeah, you just hear incoherent swearing as the crab attempts to help to little avail because it's a crab. It's a fucking crab, all right. Doesn't do much. Just swears. I spent my points fucking beautifully, all right.
You did.
Don't question.
I have a story to tell you later. But anyway, like saying that this crab is doing like nothing actually helpful, and honestly, just swearing, Raven will pick it up and just put it on Lady Ayla's back.
Huh? You want to go? Is that it? You want to fucking go? Huh? Ready. Fisticuffs starts circling the claws in front of you.
Don't worry. I got this, little crab.
That you? What is it? You throwing down? Huh? You throwing down? Huh?
Oh God! Did I just challenge her?
No! Don't accept the challenge of the tiny chimera.
He's just gonna look at it.
This is a crab. You can literally just throw it.
You can like flick him in the head. I don't know.
Like, you know what? That's not actually a challenge.
Do we have to? As she's hauling.
Help me!
No, we don't have to, because this is. I could flick him, and he'd fall down into the ocean.
Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing.
she'll push her way to Ayla's back.
Finally hoist her up over the last bit. Probably flopping over from the effort. Like, bah! Ah!
She collapses on the ground. As she collapses on the ground, the crab just totally turns the attention away from both of you to like, my lady! And scores up to her. They're just pushing at her face, just like, get up, come on, you little shit, get up.
Hey!
What? Oh. You
okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, at least it's easy going from here. And she just points. There's literally God help us, there's a periwinkle blue caravan, attached to a vehicle, just parked like right there.
It's nice.
Right, certainly think so. Maybe not my first choice, but it's again, she kind of rubs the back of her head. It's kind of all the home I've got, really. Unless you count the Grove. At which point she kind of pauses. And it's like, wow, what a nice moon that is.
I think it suits you just fine.
Well, thank you. But yeah, when's the last time you ate?
looks down at the crab.
Okay, when's the last time you ate, like, things that weren't...
Raw?
Yeah.
I don't know. A few days.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'll... You know what? Hold on. And she kind of bustles to the caravan, and it's comical because she kind of very delicately pops the door open and just kind of leaves it, like, she doesn't try to pull it fully shut again. She leaves it kind of cracked and, goes inside, and there's not much to hear. She's doing her best to not wake the other two people in there because this thing can apparently hold a surprising number of people. And she'll reappear briefly and kind of like reach down without even stepping all the way on the ground and like put out a little like one of those little sports foldy chairs. And then disappears again to investigate the fridge, which I imagine is 90% beer, really.
Probably.
But yeah, she will investigate and poke through the, well, interesting collection and fucking Rides the Lightning's refrigerator. And we'll eventually manage to pull something out that's reasonably easy. In fact, we'll probably end up putting together just this big old sandwich. Like, finds a bit of this here, finds bits of that there. Where is the mustard? Where's the... just kind of very quietly whisper muttering to herself as she tries to pop open and close the cabinets without making noise, and it's a very trying process. But before too long, she will come back out with another of those little folding chairs in one hand, and I imagine like a paper plate with a fairly reasonably high piled sandwich in it or on it, and we'll first, kind of hand out the plate towards this new lady. Lady Aelin. And then we'll prop out the other chair so that both of them have a place to sit. And again, she kind of closes the door but doesn't really click it shut firmly.
As you, because, oh, I'm so glad I made this. As you hand her the paper plate, she kind of takes it in both hands, draped over that cloak, draped over her shoulders, and she smiles, and you can see her mouth like "thank you" to you. But before she gets a chance to finish and even stop, even thinking about picking up, the crab climbs up to her on her like forearms as she's holding the plate, and he looks at this sandwich. He looks it over good, begins to sniff it. Tell me, Pipia, where did you get this sandwich?
Blink.
Where did you get the sandwich?
I made it. Like just
You
now.
made it. Lifts up the top of the bread, looks underneath it. What is this?
That's mustard.
Mustard.
Damn it.
Mustard, you say?
Yes?
What is this I smell?
I'm not sure. Probably the ham?
Ham.
Yeah?
Ham.
Yeah.
By the way, Lady Aelin's face at this is just like, oh God, please, Jesus, somebody kill me right now. What is he doing?
I'm just amazed that she hasn't like shoot him off her arm and started shoving it in her face.
She can't, because it's kind of the fact that if she does, she'll probably drop it, as he's just kind of sat on the plate now, just inspecting it. And he looks at you and kind of, squints an eye and opens another one wider. I guess this would suffice for a lady such as Lady Aelin.
There's the weird tense look at the crab. Look at Aelin. Look at Raven with the crab. Look at Raven like, what? Okay.
And he turns back to Aelin and boldly pronounces, "My lady, your royal highness, I have decreed this sandwich of mustard and ham edible." And he just jumps off. And she just looks so fucking confused. Okay. Oh, or, huh?
A hopeless shrug.
I don't know.
I think he's pretty convinced I'm not trying to poison you, which seems pretty good.
Is that what that was?
I hope so. I mean, that would be well intended.
I don't even know.
I should never let him in Rhea's kitchen. I should. He'd
As
be distracted for hours.
You can see as well, as you know, the hush whispers are talking. He's one of the deck chairs you put out. He's kind of like striding over it, just kind of like thumbing it over with his claws. It's like, yeah, sniffing it. You know, as she goes to sit down, and he jumps off, and pretty proudly, you know, like squaring out what kind of chest he has, I guess. Mm-hmm. She sits down and she begins to eat the sandwich.
Oh my god. And yeah, Pepper leaves the other folding chair for Raven and just kind of plunks down on the ground because she's happy enough there. And just, she's close to the caravan. There's still this lovely moonlight. Still isn't bad. And they're near the beach. She can still hear the dull roar, still smell the sea spray. It's all in all, she seems to just kind of be enjoying it.
So, how long have you lived in a caravan?
Very recently.
Oh.
And you found out I was, couch surfing. Pretty much. And I think he desperately wanted the caravan anyways, but he's offered to share it with me. So, maybe... She kind of knits her brow. Time is so strange now. Maybe a week?
Oh. Do you stay around the coast often, or?
Not far, really. I think he might have gotten the faintest notion that it would be kind of sweet to be by the water. There's again, the sheepish little grin.
You're very lucky.
How's that?
Just shakes her head and bites the sandwich.
Not that I disagree. And I imagine you'll meet rides. Well, in the morning, most likely. But he is, very big. And very loud. But he's very sweet.
I look forward to it.
There's a smile and a pert little nod, like, yes, that is the perfect answer. She'll kind of actually perk her ears for half a second and scramble up. And reach inside, maybe like get up on the first step or something to reach for something, and end up pulling out a God help her, a giant bowl of candy that she plunks down between them, takes a piece out, and kind of idly munches on.
She, after finishing the sandwich, she puts the plate down. Well, she tries to put the plate down. But of course, somebody intervenes. He takes it. He puts it right outside the door. Not invading personal space, but kind of like, yes, this goes here now. I would put it in the sink, but I can't get to the sink, so it will go here instead. Yes, I proclaim it goes here. So, do you like still? I don't really know anything. Honest, not much.
Well, what bits are you the most worried about?
Honestly, just getting to know people around me.
It shouldn't be hard. I mean, everything here, like, I know you see more now, but everything here is still like it was. People will do what people will do. If there are people close to you, they will still only see you as you and be close to you. But now you can go to the dreaming, and there's a lot more of us there. You'll spot us around town, but there's more of us there. Um, hmm. We can sit and I can teach you about the different types of us that I've met. I'm a satyr. Raven there, she's a she. Mine's is a clericon, but he's a very, very big one. They're usually much smaller. I have another friend who's a satyr, another who's a boggin.
Oh, right.
My friend Ria, the other satyr, she's actually even smaller than I am. Kind of scratches at her cheek. She's she's very nice. She has a restaurant just in town. It's very, it's small, but she's a very good cook, and she's just very doting, very nice. And her and Manny and I have always met there, hung out in the kitchen with her, and we're just kind of piecing things together. I'm helping them.
Um, yes, and there are some people who can see us for what we are.
Who can what?
Who can see us for what we really are. They see the dreaming and they see.
Oh, you mean like Willa?
Yes, like Willa. Although she's the only one I've met.
Yeah, they're called Canane.
Yes.
They're people closely related to us, I guess. Someone called them Fey-blooded. And they can see. They can even go to the dreaming.
Huh. Seems to be a whole lot going on.
It's a lot to have to kind of embrace all at once.
You can experience as much or as little of it as you like. I came here seeking adventure. So I am naturally trying to experience as much of it as possible.
There seems to be a lot of it to be had. Another shrug. Just learning and watching and enjoying it. I rode a dragon.
A dragon?
Like, no joke. It was very nice of her, considering that when I met her, she looked mostly like a person. But she changed to look, to be a dragon, and she let us ride on her back. It was amazing.
Blink.
Just the big, it's one of those things where you can tell someone's had that exciting experience because the memory of it kind of just brightens them up. But yeah, there's all sorts of things. I've never met a griffin, but I've seen some, and I have Perryton, who is well, he's not here. He's back at my other home, sort of, and rides. He rides an alicorn, big, kind of beat up, kind of mean alicorn, really, but still amazing to look at.
Oh. All right. I I mean, I don't really know what to say to that. I mean, it's amazing, it is, but it's kind of like the shrug of, "Ugh."
Just wait till you see. It really is. There's dangerous things, and there's kind of painfully mundane things, but there's also amazing things.
And the kind of frail look, the haggard look of her, like the shoulders being like overwhelmed and heavy, kind of begins to lighten up slightly, and the smile begins to brighten just a little bit. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Just getting everything in place. I actually know my name to be a good start.
I mean, I think it's a pretty strong start. Like I said, it took me a bit and a really weird field trip to remember my name, but it really is. It's beautiful. There's things that are scary. There's even some strange plague that we're fighting. There are wars, but being able to appreciate all the small things and all the beautiful things you see is worth a lot.
It's definitely something, at least. Definitely something. It's kind of like, yeah.
I mean, it's no worse than knowing that there's wars going on in this world, albeit this one's a little closer to home.
Yeah.
It's nothing, it sounds scarier and worse, but it's nothing worse than we've had to deal with before. If you really think about it.
It's just a matter of time. Matter of time. She pulls her knees up onto the chair and just kind of wraps herself around in that cloak that she's got.
And yeah, she stays hunkered there, pulls another piece of the candy, her ill-gotten candy, stares at Evan, um,
I
out
mean,
of
you,
the bowl and just munches on it.
I mean,
Of
you needed
course,
a
you'll
horde. You needed a horde of candy, clearly. Um, Important question, because this is like a big ass deal. Did we just have a Chrysalis or no?
Uh, Not insane, but she's
no.
super, super, super new.
Hmm. we will consider it good enough. All right. Okay. You will. I've never been to Ride's Caravan. Oh wow. Well,
I mean, it moves. It's a hard thing to
well,
pin down.
I
So
mean,
if Tintagel would like to be out walking along the coast in the middle of the fucking night, he is welcome to be. In the
no,
autumn.
Tintagel will probably be out looking for the new Changeling because we do that. We actively hunt. We don't hunt them, but we make sure we basically go and whenever there's a big explosion of glamour, we kind of go and find it because it's a natural instinct to kind of make sure that they're protected when they come into the world.
How old would you
Um,
say she was? You said like a week or something?
Probably less than that, a few days.
Okay, so
2 days, 3 days.
Residual glamour activate.
Yep.
So you will notice um, it's in the middle of the night. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you will notice the hum of an engine of a car at this point because it's in the grey world, which means I can actually drive my car. Haha. As a rather expensive looking Evan does not do cars. I'm going to assume it's some kind of sports car because he's rich as fuck in the autumn world. So something something pricey. We'll stop, and out of the car will step a very very large troll, being very very burly and very very well armed and armored. And the she you see smile you see standing here has a vague look of amusement on his face as he will say, "I see you found them before I did. How interesting."
I think it was mostly luck.
And
Well, what do we got here? Another wise guy. As a crab kind of appears on top of the deck chair, just kind of squinty eyeing the fuck out of this new car.
Oh Jesus!
and
Oh God, no!
for Aylin's sake, Pepper will actually raise up a hand to like just very lightly touch her arm as the troll fucking heaves out of this car and just kind of goes, "That is a troll, and it's okay. They're very often bodyguards, and that's Titangel, and yeah, there's always trolls around Titangel."
I'm going to shut him up. Just kind of grabs the crab, just like.
That is probably a very good idea. He's higher ranking than we are, and
You could just see the crab get snatched, and you see the claws spinning like.
then it actually. Oh, go ahead.
Raven, Raven will get up from her chair and offer it to Tantangel.
What were you saying, Tom? Real quick before it goes away.
And the crab is shoved under the cloak, disappearing from sight, and hopefully from mind.
And for what it's worth, for Tintangel's sake, she was not wearing them before, but chimerically, Pepper is wearing a very, very, very finely made. You might think it would take like a month to make something like this masterworked circlet. That I don't know how you detect treasures, but probably is one, and is wearing
It's intelligence grammar.
and is wearing a white sash. Wouldn't you know it? You did, buddy?
He may have died a little bit on the inside.
That seems appropriate.
What interesting question. What form does, because all treasures take a form in the real world.
Oh, do they? I wasn't sure.
They all have a real world representation. Swords become canes, kind of, random bits and pieces like that. Only treasures do this. Chimerical items remain invisible, but I'm just curious what form the whatchamacallit, the diadem or the
I assume it just looks like one of those normal little I mean, I was not told, so I'm going to assume for now that it's like a very simple little wire headband type thing. Like, nothing super fancy, just, a thing that a girl could pick up at any department store and use to hold her hair out of her eyes. So it's probably, tucked back a bit on her head, at least in the autumn world, and just, holding her hair back a bit. Much like the one in the picture, just a little less fancy.
Tintagel will walk over. He'll note the sash, but in all honesty, it would be unshe for him to make a comment on it. And he will say, interesting. Well, welcome to. Saying welcome to existence seems gauche, but welcome.
Thank you.
Bambi will ruin the serenity of the moment almost immediately by poking up a hand with one of these pieces of candy on it, because why wouldn't she? All wrapped up, and kind of just pokes her hand up towards Titangel. Piece of candy?
I'm dying on the inside. I want you to know. He will politely raise a hand in decline. And he will say, so, who are you in that case? Proper introductions are important, I suppose.
And she, a kind of weary half smile as she gets up, standing not too tall, probably about average height, covering herself with that long cloak, as you could hear the muffling of obviously underneath. I am Lady Aelin of House Fiona.
He's going to restrain himself to not ruffle his nose. On a side note, for those of you who don't know, House Dougal and House Fiona don't like each other very much.
Peonying the fuck out of you.
I beg your pardon?
I am peonying the fuck out of you. With
Why
no
this?
success. You lucky fucker.
It's well known our houses don't like each other. He will offer a slight returning nod. Does lady is indicative of it, so he will say, in that case, it is my pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Count Tintagel Flickerflame ap Dougal.
It's a pleasure to meet you. She gives a bit of a nod.
He'll extend a hand backwards, at which point the troll will place a notebook into his hand, and he'll remove a pen from inside the folds of his robe, or inside the folds of his coat, rather, and you'll just see him write something on a piece of paper, and he'll just say, very good. Well, welcome to the Kingdom of Leinster in that case, my lady.
Again, thank you. I don't know how many times I can keep saying it, really.
He will nod his head to Celestis, and he will take the chair that has been offered to him. He will then say, everything is new. Everything is disorientating. It will come back to you eventually.
Eventually.
If not a prying question, how much do you remember? So that we can gauge what it is you will need to be taught.
And she sits back down in the chair, kind of, pulls her knees up again. It fades in and out. Bits and pieces.
It should settle in a few days, at which point we will be able to ascertain correctly the amount which you know and the amount which you don't. very calmly, without looking over, he will say to Pepper, um, "Oh, on that note, I have a small gift that I would be quite honored if you would give to your liege lady on my behalf."
Comically, in talking to Aelin, he's practically talking over Pepper's head. She brought out two chairs and has kind of sat herself between them, so she just kind of glances up from where she's, sitting merrily cross-legged on the ground. Oh,
Hmm.
if you like.
Yes, I don't have it with me, obviously. I shall have to have it fetched. We can deal with that on another day. It appears like he's thinking in tangents, if that makes sense, which is quite common for Tangent. He tends to kind of think along one path and then kind of, backstep and think along another.
I'm sure I'll see you at the library. It'll be easy enough to pass along.
Yes.
I did tell you she was here, right?
Did you? You may have done.
I mean, she kind of shrugs. She's here. She came back with me.
Oh, dear. Well, arrangements will have to be made, you will say.
Noddle, noddle.
He sighs and he looks down and he says, "She was in the dreaming for a very long time."
She was.
You can see that, once again, he's trying to think of something to say, and he says, "Do you know what happens to one when they spend too long in the dreaming, little one?"
I know everyone keeps making faces. And I know that I was warned that she could be dangerous. But she was a very kind host.
God damn it, Tom.
You ass! Oh, god damn it. I wouldn't have looked if he hadn't left.
I see your shit. See you real good.
I hate you, Tom. I want you to know that. Oh, funny. Okay, he'll say, "You don't know what Bedlam is, do you?"
I know that it's bad. She practically ends it with a question mark.
You almost see that. You almost see, in anime when you've got when they have a picture of someone and it shatters.
He may or may not recall that Pepper herself has only been awake for what? A month or something? Maybe two? And she has said many times that she remembers practically nothing. So just big blank doe eyes. So sweet. Look at them, they're hazel.
Look at your head. Oh, if it helps, if she ever dies, I'll forge them into something.
But ew. Don't. You're gross. Those are mine.
That don't die, at which point they become public property.
What the fuck? But yeah, so yeah, he's like, Bedlam, right? And she's like, that's bad, yeah?
He will say, "Imagine what happens when reality stops being real, and when everything starts bleeding together, when you lose the clarity of what is and start to see what isn't. It's not just madness, it is the lack of reality made cognizant. People in the grips of Bedlam become incredibly dangerous. Incredibly, and when backed with significant power, yes."
All I can say is that there was a moment while I was there where if she were to lose her temper, were she to become truly agitated, that was the time. And still she did nothing to me.
Still, the Duke will have to be informed because A, there's another high status individual in his duchy, and B, there was a high-ranking, high-status individual in his duchy that, well, I'm not saying will do something, but has the capability to, if it is triggered, do something.
I feel as though if she is given minimal exposure to courtly these and thous and whatnot, we'll probably be fine. They're the only things that seemed to make her angry before.
Well, no, I would argue Squire Kincaid made her rather angry before. There was nothing courtly about that.
She was already angry after talking to you. Admittedly, he didn't help, but I don't imagine something like that will happen again.
We shall see. But yes, Lady Aelin, it is good to welcome you back, officially, etc., to the fold.
And again, thank you.
He will contemplate for a moment as he looks up at the night sky.
That moonlight, though, so fucking romantic. We're even at the coast. This is some good shit.
Dancing in the moonlight, everybody's teasing.
If I didn't have that true love merit, though. Also known as the one reason that Dear Butt can never get me to sleep with anyone else, because he's got no romantic interest in anyone else. Fuck yeah. You keep your satyr wiles away from me.
Hey, she hasn't thrown any satyr wiles at you. Thank you very much. Was there anything else we should know? Well, we've both already offered to take her in.
He'll raise an eyebrow, and he'll say, "What was the name? Do you remember the name of your liege, if you possessed one?"
She shakes her head.
Very good. In that case, you're probably best. That is probably for the best. He will stand up at that point, and he'll say, "I have no doubt in the coming war that all members of the peerage will be required for service, so you may be called up."
Of course, I would expect no less.
Good. He will turn and he will nod his head to his fellow she, in a vague kind of "thank you for the chair." "I will leave Lady Aelin in your capable hands in that case. I've made a note that she has been found, and I will make my report as to the new chrysalis individual."
Of course, Your Grace. I will at some point need to speak with you privately
As you wish.
about other matters.
As you wish. He will offer a slight head bow to the group because I need to go and make a cup of tea. He will get in his car and depart. Sha-la-la-la.
Well, that was exciting.
And that is the full she experience. Pat pat.
Pretty much.
I have no idea what just happened.
A count rolled up in his car and introduced himself and was well, very count-y at you, and then left.
She just kind of like raises an eyebrow, like, "Oh, right, sure, okay."
There's a lot of the these and thous stuff, it seems like. This is why before I she kind of fiddles I mean, the sash doesn't, I imagine, have a Autumn World representation. I don't know. But she kind of fiddles at it. That's why yeah, I'm not up to par on all that. But in the end, a lot of polite bowing and smiling and your grace and my liege and on and on.
Oh, that makes plenty of sense.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oop. And she will continue to eat candy because thanks to Tintagel, she now has a small hoard of candy. They will even offer the bowl up to where Raven can reach it too. And like, piece of candy? She was actually there for that. And of course, she too is AFK. I can't win. Flips the table.
Ugh. Sorry, I gotta go.
Okay.
So
We'll assume maybe she dozes off.
she flies off into the sky. Fuck it, why not?
You can doze off in the
Carried away
chair.
by a large eagle.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
You know what? You
I do
know
not
what
need my
happens?
princess to be in another castle. We just met.
Not yet. But either way, the crab carries her away. Let's go with that. With incoherent swearing over to the moonlight and just throws her in the sea. The end. That'll do for me.
Oh
Right.
my god. Killing me, souls.
I'm so sorry, but I got
No, go ahead. You do you, sir. Boy. So she nods off or goes for a dip, maybe. Kind of freshen up, because that was strange. And other people have left the scene or are AFK. Steeples my fingers. I guess maybe we'll just start cleaning up.
Bum, bum, bum. Wait, cleaning the beach?
No, there's like a plate left out, and she's got a bowl of candy to tuck back inside.
Oh,
I see your image of her raking the beach now.
so I was about
Nah.
to start singing like some Nicki Minaj stuff. Beach, beach.
No, it's a rocky beach, not a sandy beach. And they're up on the they're not down on the sand. It's not a very good place to park a caravan. So they're up overlooking it. I know, she like picks up the plate where she brought the poor girl a sandwich and, tucks it inside very quietly because both Rides and Karina and apparently Wakanda all of them are asleep in there. So she's like doing the little tippy toe.
I mean, you want some shenanigans?
I mean, I'm always game for some shenanigans.
I can do some shenanigans.
Oh, they gotta be very careful with playing shenanigans because they can't wake up Karina, Wakanda, or Rides. We're away from the caravan.
I love how you think I actually planned my shenanigans.
She pretty much just throws shit at the wall and sees what sticks.
I tried planning once.
I'm more mean just shenanigans that draw us away before becoming loud and boisterous.
By the way, Kim, because I do have to leave. Poor old Duke Maldreth, who's never done anything to anyone.
What?
He's getting that text message of, oh shit, there's a really old, really powerful member of my house who's really in the grips of Bedlam wandering around your duchy. Bad news bears. Except more she.
Little did you know she's already introduced herself to him.
Little did I know, but still, I'm being the good guy and saying it, because holy shit, when you're in Bedlam, it's a thing.
Sips from can of Sprite.
Oh shit, Kim's drinking soft drinks, we're all fucked.
I know. I went to a party today, but anyway, we're live, so sure.
Yes, we are. So yes, for the moment, Tendril is gone. Selkie is gone. People are sleeping. It looks like Heather might be back. So there's
Yep. Raven is kind of just trying to figure out what the fuck just happened today.
You guys are at the beach. Catch a wave and fuck with some merfolk. Haven't introduced merfolk yet in this game. Hmm. Hmm.
Well, it's fine. We'll just ride that really pretty horse down by the water. Nothing bad could happen.
Yes.
Kelpies.
You stole my shit.
I love Kelpies. I need to do more with them. The last one that was in the game ended up being killed. So yeah, you guys are sitting up there having a nice, fun little time. Yes.
Enjoying that romantic moonlight, that nice coastal view.
Yes, there's the nice little sound of seagulls gently off in the off in the distance. The gentle sound of the waves breaking against the shoreline, and everything is so idyllic. The salt water gently, I'm assuming it's salt water, it's fucking ocean.
Probably.
Yeah. Darn island, Ireland. The spray of the salt water filling the air with that very noticeable smell. And then make me a perception alertness check.
Okie dokie.
I always love them perception alertness jerks.
Hoping this goes better than my last one. Nope.
Okay, let's see how I do here.
We're very alert people. You can tell by how alert we are. Oh, thank God. Well, you got one.
I got one.
So, with that El Bueno Suceso. That's some horrible Spanish. I apologize. Uno. It's probably like success and then uno because it's the sentences are backwards. As you can all tell, my 2 mandatory years of Spanish in high school went very well, considering I cheated my way through them like a motherfucker.
I can tell. It's beautiful. It's majestic.
Thank you. I really want to learn Spanish and French though. But anyway, so with one success, you know, she's watching the shoreline. Her gaze is, you know, not really focused. It's just kind of drifting about. You know, she's busy enjoying the day. You know, what's she gonna look for? It's whatevs. And then there looks to be kind of an odd mass of seaweed almost on the beach. Only weird thing about it though, well, it's okay, it's not on the beach yet, it's being washed up steadily on the beach. It looks like a massive seaweed. So it's kind of gently moving as the water rocks against it and then pulls back out and then rocks against it again and then pulls back out.
It's you, Heather.
Oh, that is an odd bunch of seaweed out there. And she'll point.
Idle blink, like where she's pointing. But wait.
If y'all want to make another perception alert check, difficulty 5 this time. We'll just keep lowering the difficulty and see what happens.
Well, eventually, we just can't fail. I can, in fact, still fail. I want you to note just how skillfully I fucking failed.
Was it a bot?
No, there's a 9. The rest of them are all just 1.
Jesus Christ!
I'm getting them out of the way early. It's fine. It's fine. Just let it happen.
I've managed to get 3 successes that time. So, how long is this seaweed?
So you kind of look a little closer at the seaweed, and you're just kind of like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Squints, leans forward. Oh fuck, bruh. That ain't even seaweed. That's hair. That's a whole person, a whole dude.
Okay, no, that's not seaweed. That's hair.
What?
That is hair. That thing that I thought was seaweed is not seaweed. It is hair. That's why it looked weird.
Head tilt. Tries to kind of see it. Like I'm not seeing it. It's just that. Peers at Raven like, you okay, bro? Essentially.
No. Look really close. See? You can see. There's like a person under that hair.
She'll hop up and like go to walk a little closer to like where the incline starts, or in this case, the decline down to where the water is.
It's a whole dude.
Does he look okay? Is he just fucking flopped there on the beach?
He did not look okay.
Well, cue the little goat hops. Back down to the beach we go. Yep, the little.
Raven will follow down after because, no, this chick is made of glass. Can't leave her alone.
More like her emotions are made of glass. Let's be real here. So, as you guys walk closer, the little goat noise.
She only does that when she's startled or very excited. Madam.
Okay, my apologies now.
But yeah, she'll be doing her little goat clippy clops and hops down there, and probably as they get within a certain range, will be calling out, "Are you okay?" Like, scramble.
He's not looking too well, honestly. He is kind of laid out. He's got his arm. Well, okay, he's on his side, so of course he's kind of got both of his arms kind of clutching around his chest. He's not in the fetal position exactly, because you're kind of looking, and you're looking a little closer, and it's just kind of like, huh, that's a fishy tail. It's partly in the water, so it's kind of hard to see it underneath, but dude don't really got legs.
But he's kind of clutching his chest as if he's injured.
Yes.
Yep. Q running and kind of crashing to her knees in the sand, like trying to get to him. And
She's
very
running now.
Yep.
It's time to run.
Run. Dun, 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 dun.
That baseball slide though. No. She will come running in and kind of crash down in her haste right next to him.
It kind of hurt. This is rocks.
She'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll roll soap. I don't give a fuck.
No, you don't have to roll this.
Yeah, but she'll crash down onto this nasty rocky coast and quickly try to kind of see if she can get an arm behind his shoulders and kind of try to gather him up. You're gonna be okay. It'll be okay. Just let me see.
He doesn't really speak. He just kind of groans.
How bad is it?
So like when a person gets stabbed.
Yeah, leave some stabby holes.
Yeah, except there are 3 little stabby holes, all just kind of equidistant, and so you know how, like, fish hooks, right? When they're inserted. They make that nice kind of little cut. But when you try to pull them out, it gets significantly harder because it's the blade, it's shaped like a triangle on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like someone jabbed him with, a 3, either stabbed him individually 3 times, or, somehow all making them equidistance from each other. And then it was ripped out, bringing, fleshy bits and whatnot back out with them. It's not looking too well.
Does he have gills, or does he seem to be like breathing air?
He's breathing air now that he's on air, or now that he's on land.
Yeah, she actually isn't going to bother trying to pull him further out and get more settled. She'll just be, waist deep in water if she needs to. But she will cradle him up and immediately begin doing what she does, because what is self-restraint, really? I'm assuming with Fae 3 I can affect him. I'm hoping.
Let me see, because Fae is one of those weird things where it's all different. Because White Wolf was like, "Fuck you, got mine." Whoops, too far. There we go. Fae. And full Chimera. Arcadia, she's in Booster. It's actually going to be Fae 4.
That's kind of what I was figuring. Well, poop sticks.
Yeah. You can spend a point of glamour.
Yep, gonna. Just if I put the right numbers in. So I know in the Autumn World it'll be diff 8 base, and then I don't know how much just one of the bunks without the other is. She normally has seeds and words, but this time she's only gonna have words. She already used her thistle flower. But yeah, she gathers them up, says the same simple blessing she always does, and does her best, spending out a point of glamour. And it's uttered hastily, admittedly. So the whole may your troubles be less, your blessings be more, but nothing but happiness come through your door. Ugh. I'm assuming that's at least 2.
Well, the words itself, or just the words, would just be a -1.
That's still 3. That's enough to have him ticking back health for the remainder of the scene.
So the wounds slowly begin to heal. He's starting to come a little bit more back into consciousness. His eyes are kind of flickering open.
Then yeah, she stays right there. Half submerged. Just kind of holding him up, propping him up a little bit. It's still kind of that shoulder cradle.
Raven was pretty content to let Bambi stand back and let Bambi do her thing, and now that the thing is done, she will go into the water after her and try to help this guy, because she doesn't know really what's going on here, but somebody's hurt, and yeah, Bambi's out in the water by herself. Who knows if she can swim?
Who knows?
Who knows, indeed.
Can a goat swim? I suppose we shall see today.
I mean, I can't botch, so there's that. But that doesn't mean I can do it well.
Yeah.
But
I thought trolls were the only ones that couldn't botch athletics rolls.
Nope, that's me.
Nice.
That's why I can do my little goat hops down the side.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I feel like it's silly that applies to swimming since I got little hoofy hoofs, but you know what? Fuck it.
Thanks, White Wolf.
Thanks, White Wolf. And yeah, she considers kind of tugging him further out of the water, but all things told, especially when she's had a chance to get a good look at him, like that is a fishy tail.
It's
That is a fishy
mermaid.
tail, and it's probably not a good idea to pull him out of the water.
It's a whole mermaid.
Oh.
Merdude.
The merman.
Burbro.
Merman.
Yes.
Hey, are you okay? What happened? Patty pat pat. Little cheek pats. Try to bring him around.
He'll kind of do that rapid fire blink, like when you're trying to clear your head. And he'll just kind of look up at Pepper.
Oh, see, that's better.
Where am I?
Ireland?
Could you be a tad more specific?
And what is it again? It's I can't remember the fucking
Dublin.
names. Yeah. Dublin. We're just on the edge of Dublin.
Just kind of sighs and shuts his eyes again.
Oh. What's wrong?
I'm further away from home than I expected.
Where's home?
And I'll just kind of point out further into the sea.
Oh. I should have seen that coming. That was a stupid question. I'm sorry.
There are no stupid questions.
Little perk.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you come to be in this state?
Just a little border skirmish, honestly.
Kind of a blink.
And that makes sense to Raven. She'll nod. I see. So there is war taking place even in the kingdoms under the sea.
Of course. It's not really a war, it's just some thought they could encroach upon our territory, and we had to prove them that that was not going to be the case.
And you ended up nearly washed ashore here, possibly miles from home.
Why?
As Raven says this, like she's trying to do math, like math that she doesn't really know, like oh God, how much time must have passed for him to get here, and she's missing parts of the equation, but she's trying to figure it out, and just comes up with, wow, that must have been a really long time ago, or maybe not such a really long time ago. I don't know.
Will you be able to get back okay?
Possibly. What? What are your names?
Oh, Pepper. Pepper O'Reilly.
I am Lady Raven Celestis.
Just kind of nods. He doesn't seem to really, want to move much from where he's being held. He's just kind of like, yeah, this is nice. I'm gonna just chill here for a little bit. Be all good.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to mind holding him. It's a strange person, but it was a strange person that needed some help, so she's soaked now. There's not much point in, hurrying out of the water.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we could do to help you get home safely?
No, I should. I should be able to get back on my own soon enough. What? What is going on here? It's been some time since we have come here.
If you want the very frank and depressing version, War and Plague. But kind of glances back to Raven and shrugs.
Yeah, that's the big stuff. The little stuff is it seems like there has become a steady trickle or flow of new arrivals here, new awakenings, chrysalises.
There have. I think that Aelin's probably the newest, the youngest. But yes, there's that. I don't know if the illness can go beneath the waves where you are, but should people begin to fall ill and show a kind of rot on them, they have to be quarantined. You have to keep clear of them. It spreads badly. It's done a lot of damage up here.
What type of illness, thing?
I haven't seen it myself. I know that I just recently saw a story of a rot that killed a number of dragons, and it seems to be very similar to that. It's just a rot. It almost looked like mold in the pictures that took hold and spread and softened their scales and made the flesh weak, and eventually overtook them. When it got to the eggs, the young inside were too weak to even break from their shells. There is a knight here, it seems, who is able to help keep it at bay. I don't think anyone has died. Kind of glances back to Raven, like, is that right? She obviously isn't sure.
Raven will just kind of looks at to Pepper and gives a slight little head tilt. I don't recall hearing of anyone dying from it yet.
But then again, it is because someone is fighting it tooth and nail with his cantrips, with his works. There's something to be very wary of. Like I said, I don't know if it can travel down to where you are, but should it, it would be important to make sure that any who caught it were kept away from others so that they couldn't spread it. There's no need for cruelty, but a quarantine would ensure that it didn't cripple your people. We don't have a cure yet. We're trying to make something to do away with it. There was a, I think the idea now is that it's being strengthened, maybe, by a typhoid puka? A Dantain. And so we are doing the best we can to prepare and to fight it.
Okay, I see. Then. Wow, that is. He'll just kind of. He just looks really confused.
There's kind of a helpless shrug. But there is that. There is the war with, remind me, it's Ulster, right?
Yes.
Between us and Ulster. Are the Dougal, like, making raids? Or... Like, sorry. I have not fully caught up out of character properly.
No, that's fine. What I didn't really hear what you said all the way. I'm sorry.
Like, I assume the members of House Dougal from Ulster are, like, making raids and doing what they do best. Which is terrible things to good people.
Yeah, pretty much.
And, we're with Ulster. The members of House Dougal there have made raids, have hurt people badly. And I believe they said something about them collecting cold iron weapons. They're not playing small games. They mean to do real harm and to truly kill people.
Jeez. That is...
It's pretty gruesome. I don't have much to balance it with besides, I mean, there's magic flowers and I rode a dragon and that was nice. Like, helpless shrug.
He just kind of looks at you with kind of like what the fuck kind of gaze, and then he'll look over to the she with that kind of like, is this serious look?
He gets a nod from Raven. Like, mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not sure the magic flowers are a good thing, but they don't seem to be a bad thing. But, yeah. Just everything's strange, and admittedly, I'm sorry. I know I'm only so much help, but I'm still learning.
He shakes his head and says, You are fine. It is fine. Just seems that a lot has been happening lately.
Well, when is the last time you or one of your people was here?
From... Looks like he's doing some mental math. It's just kind of like, and then if we subtract this number from this number,
we get forever.
And do a little jig over there. Kind of dance of death. Then he'll just kind of say, "From the kingdom I'm from, I believe the last person to arrive here to bring news from the surface was, I believe he said the year was 1983."
Oh,
That was a while ago.
that is certainly enough time for things to go um, pretty much completely to shit. Firm nod.
Tits up.
It's I assume it's modern day, right? So
Yeah.
it's 2018 now. It's been a while.
Blink, blink. Blink, blink.
30, 30, 35 years?
Wow, that has been some time indeed.
Time's a funny thing. But
Indeed.
yes, so on the grand scale, everything's terrible, pretty much. But she shrugs. We're doing what we can.
Yes. Everybody's pitching in.
Just kind of nods slightly, just like, wow, damn. It. That is unfortunate.
Yes, very much so.
And I am jumping to conclusions here. But I believe some prodigals may have let loose something very bad.
Pardon?
Prodigals. They're like Canaan, but without the Fey blood. They have magic, but it's not arts.
Oh. I have never heard of that. So that's at least 2 bad things let loose. Awesome.
I don't know if your people interact with them, but it would probably be a good idea to stay away from the ones that are here.
Sorry. He nods his head. I do not believe we have dealt much with them. We haven't really dealt much with anyone. So, hopefully we shall not have to.
That would be nice.
Oh, jeez.
I don't suppose you know of Lady Aelin of House Fiona.
No, I'm afraid I do not.
Okay.
Why?
She is still learning to remember. And there's a lot she doesn't. I thought it would be, I don't know, a very nice coincidence if somebody remembered her. And, I mean, we found her just over there, like, points to some of the rocks jutting out into the, just awash with sea spray. Just a little bit ago.
He just shakes his head.
It was worth a shot.
I apologize that I was not able to help more in that endeavor.
It's okay. You can't know what you don't know. And what about there, where you are? What kind of things will happen there?
Not too terribly much, honestly. Everything has been going for once we finally have some stability in a sense.
Well, I'm glad.
He nods. It seems like we have had a much easier time than you all above the sea.
I don't think I'd wish this on anyone, so I'm glad that you have. Are you, I don't know if you're able. I thought at first I should pull you further from the water in case whatever hurt you was still there, but I don't imagine you especially want to be out of the water unless you've got, like, I don't know, some Little Mermaid level tricks as far as, tail to legs goes.
He nods.
Oh.
And then, lo and behold, Fishy Tail turns into some legs. But the dude, bro, is naked.
I mean, comically, she doesn't
Okay.
seem especially fussed. She's like, oh, that is a thing you can do.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I did not know you could do that. Should we perhaps make for the beach then?
Sure.
Yeah. Once he's, she'll give him a little bit of a hoist. She's not especially strong, but kind of help him get upright so that she can, in turn, get herself up out of the water. Give herself the little dog style leg and booty shake, I guess. I don't know. No, I guess they're autumn world, so that doesn't really help. Nope, she just accepts that her short shorts are now very soggy. And, well, she really needs to wash this shirt before she gives it back to Rides.
She wears short shorts. He wears t-shirts.
Pretty much.
Somebody's cheer captain. And the others on the bleachers.
Oh, God.
Somebody's just a flail snail. It's all good. So they'll kind of follow you guys. Kind of shaky legs, because dude bro said it'd been a while since, it'd been there. So it's probably been a while too since he's actually had to use some legs. So he kind of...
She'll hold back so she can be a good leaning post.
Like, I think that Raven's not gonna just, like, drop this guy. And he's the first person from whatever kingdom is under the sea to be in this kingdom in a while, and she is the only she present. So she will help she will help Pepper help him keep upright and figure out how to use his legs, and maybe find a nice place where they could all sit and not be cold.
Okay. He'll follow along like a good little kind of very out of it merdude. Merbro. Then he'll just kind of sit down. He doesn't really get the whole modesty thing, so he's just kind of like, yeah,
You're just hanging out.
yep.
Hanging out with his wang out.
It doesn't seem to bother Raven. Like, she kind of like just like, oh, like kind of checks him out and like, oh, okay.
Oh, you've got a situation there. That's interesting.
This is, I don't know what we'll tell any regular people that stumble on us, but okay.
Not gonna be pleasant for them.
It's not like I have clothes for you.
Are you planning to stick around?
I might until I get my bearings further.
No, if you can do this, we could potentially see about, I don't know, renting a boat or something. See if we can get you further out so you have less dangerous things to go past to get home.
He shakes his head. The sea creatures don't exactly bother us. It was more so the other merfolk.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, before you go far, we should probably find you something to wear.
He just kind of blinks.
Here in the autumn world, public indecency is a thing. And
Yes.
your functional bits there, kind of gestures vaguely at his his crotchal region. It's not exactly kosher to have them out and free to the wind.
The mortals don't like exposed genitals for some reason.
Oh, my apologies then. We do not usually wear anything unless, other than armor, of course, when we go into battle.
I mean, it makes sense. Your lower half is normally a fishtail, and fish don't have external genitalia.
Well, that, I imagine it would get in the way of the swimming and all, the drag. No, it makes sense. It's just, that's probably a good idea before you go anywhere. She actually kind of glances over to Raven because, well, her being unfazed by nudity is one thing, but the she being unfazed by nudity is something more interesting. But we don't especially care.
And it doesn't bother me. And I assume if we needed to go someplace else, someone could find something for your waist in the caravan.
I'm sure he can manage something. Though I don't think any of Red's clothes will fit him.
He just looks really confused.
One of my friend, his name is Rides the Lightning, or he goes by Rides the Lightning, but he is about 7 feet tall and very big.
I mean, we could put a shirt on him and a belt would be a nice tunic, or
I'm
perhaps
not
a dress.
sure it would pass muster in public. I could lend him something of mine, but I think a skirt would probably also attract attention. Maybe we should just, I don't know. We'll find you something.
Why would a skirt attract attention?
Because people are silly.
Yes, apparently here on land, the mortals think skirts are a womanly thing. But trousers can be worn by anyone.
There are strange opinions about men who wear feminine clothing. Actually, I suppose you could just, well, we'll get it. Because I think if I remember right, aren't kilts a Scottish thing as opposed to an Irish thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not especially good idea either, so we'll manage.
Just kind of shrugs.
But oh, wow. Yeah, there's a lot to catch up on. The internet's a thing now.
The what?
Oh, it's a little big to explain off the bat. Um,
It's like a library, but it holds all knowledge humankind has ever attained. That is how it was explained to me.
I will not argue with you on that point then.
It's fascinating, but my and she will be exceedingly polite for her. My host apparently mostly uses it to share photographs of herself or songs she has written.
Hmm. Okay. Well, did I cut out?
nope, you're here.
Yep,
Okay.
you're still here.
Okay, sorry. I completely forgot what they were talking about. I apologize.
They were just puttering over silly shit like the internet, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Explaining the internet and clothes and
This sounds rather intriguing. Would enjoy getting to possibly see it one day.
I mean, there's no reason you couldn't. We just need to get you some pants, maybe a shirt,
and
some
find a
sandals.
place for you to stay.
I am sure I can find a cove nearby to stay at temporarily.
Are you certain? I mean, I understand that's probably where you would be the most comfortable, but I don't know if there would be anyone who could guarantee your safety.
While I did show up injured, I believe myself to be a capable warrior. Just 3 versus 1 is unfortunate.
Ah, yes, that would be unfortunate. Um, if that is a risk you wish to take, then I will advise the count you are here, and uh, I assume he would be able to have people who could watch over the area and make sure you are well protected.
I appreciate your thought, but I do not need to be watched and protected like I am a youngling.
Uh, I understand. I mean no disrespect, but you are the first visitor from your lands here in quite a number of years. It would be a shame if some harm were to befall you.
Hell nod. I can understand that. And I it would be better for me to stay in a cove. Banality affects us in most unfortunate ways, and that is safer out there. For me, anyway.
Oh,
I was not aware of that.
He nods. It is what it is, I suppose.
No, I certainly wouldn't want that to become an issue for you either.
He'll nod again and say, I thank you all for your help, though.
I am glad that luck has stayed with us tonight and we were able to find you.
Thank you both. I have not introduced myself, and I apologize for that. I am Lear.
Lear?
He nods.
Then, Lear, welcome to the Kingdom of Leinster.
Thank you. I. He still looks so confused. But he will then stand up and kind of brush himself off a little bit and say, I thank you for your help, and I will be back here soon to speak further, but I I am hungry, so I will probably go and hunt and try to gather more information about what is around here and see if I can find a cove.
There's a nod.
Raven will nod. We are parked just up there.
I know, but we can come back and check on you. And see if you found a place. Bring you some pants.
I would like that, yes.
Oh, one, very good. Then we will bring you some pants and maybe, hopefully, give you a proper welcome.
There is no need for a proper welcome. I'm not anyone of importance. This was proper enough.
But you are a guest. It would be rude not to extend hospitality to you.
I mean, we kind of did. If he's more comfortable in a cove, if he's more comfortable with something this simple, why make it more complicated than it needs to be?
I'm gonna have to roll my willpower here.
Yo. Do it.
Bet you won't.
Nope. There's a moment where it looks like Raven is biting back something, and then she just blurts out, "Because that is how it is done. When a visitor from another kingdom washes up on your shore, and you have not had contact in 30 some odd years."
Blink, blink, blink. Glance over to Merman, since she has to be RB. Like, is he just like, boo?
And he just kind of looks back and is like, blink, blink.
It seems needlessly complicated. But I will give her a moment to return. Or she must tend to the babby.
Children. Berbers.
Burbage.
Little berbers.
Bless you.
Ton of berbers.
Ton of burbus.
That's what I call my sisters. Honestly, I just gotta say it. I'm just like ton of berber. Honestly, that's just how I talk to my sisters. They just kind of, they don't have names. They're just ton of berber. Or little one.
Does it drive them literally insane?
Rebecca, yes. She's the youngest, but she does not like being called little one. And when I call Mia ton of berber, she just looks at me and she's like, big berber.
Oh, that's so legit.
Like, we have had conversations like when we just meet in the kitchen because we'll both go for water or something. I'll just look at her and be like, ton of berber. And she'll just be like, big berber. And we just, that's all we say at each other for like a good couple of minutes. That's legitimately it.
That's
and then
perfect.
and then we hug and go our separate ways to our rooms.
That is the way it is meant to be. That is the perfect way to be.
It's just how it is. And then, like, my brother, I don't call him Steven or anything, it's just, brother! And he hates that. He'll just come and be like, can you stop? I have a name. And I'm just like, brother!
The only way to beat the weirdness is to embrace the weirdness.
He won't.
Then he will never know peace.
Never.
Oh my god. This poor merman.
He is so confused.
I feel like I should just pat him on the head and be like, everything's crazy, but if you want to explore, I will get you pants so that you can do it without humans freaking out.
Yes.
This is all that's necessary.
Yes. Literally, like, he's had a crazy time. He just kind of washed up and then was healed by this little, like, goat chick. And then there was this pointy-eared chick. And now it's like they're on a beach. It's just, he is so confused.
Gotta get him some b-ball shorts. I gotta draw a string. I don't have to know what size he is. It's perfect. My master plan. Like a tank top, some b-ball shorts. Get him some fucking sandals. Probably get him a coat. It's chilly up here. Well, I mean, the water's probably chillier, so never mind. He'll be cool.
10 out of 10 beach bod.
Literal beach bod. What the fuck?
Gotta get the clothes to go with it. Oh my god, get him like some shades too.
I will get him some shades. Don't you think for a second that I will not get this man shades.
Whose man's is this? And then you gotta get sunscreen and just a little dab of sunscreen on the tip of his nose to really pull it off.
Be like, there. No, nobody will think it's weird that you're asking strange questions. You're just a tourist. It's fine.
I don't know why.
Fanny pack.
Oh no, not the fanny pack.
It's like a disguise. You put on, put some of this on your nose, and then put on this, and everyone will think you're from somewhere strange and distant, and they won't think it's weird when you ask weird questions. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, he's not weird, he's exotic.
Don't know why anyone would need sunscreen in Ireland, but here we are.
Fine, no, he just needs a fanny pack. Then a poncho.
Oh, Jesus.
Poncho, not sunscreen.
A whole poncho?
A fucking poncho. Like one of those cheap-ass plastic ones that you flop on.
Oh my god, like the see-through ones. Oh,
yes. This is my new master plan.
Those like dress-up Barbie games, not dress-up murdered game. Just put him in a whole bunch of different outfits. Just parade him around the city. He doesn't know any better.
Oh no!
He's just kind of like, is this what you guys wear? I don't know.
I mean, at the moment, she's not wearing much better. She had to kind of ditch her shoes to help the poor Sophie get up the fucking beach. So she's literally just running around in like some of her short shorts and a really, really oversized shirt because she grabbed one of Rise's because she wanted to.
Aww.
One of them tank tops he wears all the time. Fucking wife beater.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Admittedly, it's like soaked and gigantic, but she's wearing it. The coverage is not so good while it is soaked and gigantic. But that's okay.
I mean, it'll do. It'll just kind of cling really close.
It's. I mean, especially now that it's wet and like the fabric's stretching, it's like a dress now. It's fine.
I mean, gotta do what you gotta do.
I do. Oh god, I just thought it would be cute.
I'm sure it is.
I've made some comical decisions today.
And it's perfect.
I just love the idea that she's run around in this dumpy, like, live-in girlfriend clothes, and then it's like, chimerically though, squire sash. And fancy circlet.
So fancy.
I'm so fancy.
You already know.
I don't even know how fancy I am. So
Much more fancy than the naked guy.
Oh,
That's
well,
for
he's
sure.
got kelp for hair. That's pretty fancy.
Well, it just looks like kelp. It's like green and wavy.
It's so cool.
He's also naked though, so he's not really fancy.
Okay, fine. It's not fancy, but it's neat though. Here's the real question, since we're having a long pause. But do the curtains match the drapes, though?
Yes, the curtains match the drapes.
He's got he's green.
Got
That's
green
awkward.
hair.
That is awkward. Very awkward. It's a little too thorough. People gonna look sideways at that. Green hair is okay. Green bush, not so much.
As long as they don't look at his bush, and considering merfolk are like, geez, merfolk are like she times 2 in the sea.
Oh, God.
They don't even like procreate with mortals at all.
That's probably a good thing.
And they actually like shun all connection to the mortal world. So this dude is kind of an outlier because it's just like, oh, the mortal world, gross. But he's a little too fucking out of it right now to to really be like, oh, this is fucking gross.
I'm just amazed that I found a mermaid in the autumn world. Like, but what? But stop it though. You're doing it wrong.
Found a mermaid at the beach. However would that happen?
Like in the dreaming, I would have found this acceptable, but right now this is strange.
The world is a strange place.
It is. I can't cope.
Whatever shall happen now. We shall never know.
We will never know. I am tempted, unless there is something to accomplish, to be like, yes, we will let you go find a cove. Come, Genny, we have hungry mouths to feed. Like, be like, yeah, Raven, let's go back, and let her start walking back so she can lean over and be like, I'll bring you some pants. Don't worry about it.
Kind of leans over and be like, thank you.
Yeah, just just stay out of sight, and you won't have to do all that stuff.
I shall do my best. I'm not sure there are too many people diving currently, so should be good.
Not around here. There's so many rocks. There would be so many dead people. So many waifs. It's bad.
Indeed. I hear that's a bad thing.
That is a bad thing for people that can't breathe water. It's pretty bad. Never mind the impact with the rocks, because we're not good enough swimmers to not hit the rocks when the waves carry us into the rocks.
Why don't you just learn to breathe water then?
I mean, I would try, but I don't have the requisite bits and pieces.
Then get the requisite pieces.
I don't know how to do that. I'm pretty sure I can't do that. I might be able to do that and not know it, but I'm pretty sure I can't do that.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
I'm gonna have to scoodle off.
Mm-hmm.
I think he put his lip on his teeth.
No.
Uh-oh.
Crisis.
So I'm going to sit up with him.
Okay.
But thank you all for the singing.
Thank you.
Catch you later.
Yeah.
And then we continued to have a mock serious conversation about how I really needed to work on this guild situation.
It's like, I'm sure you have one of those fancy smancy arts that let you have gills.
I don't know.
Just get better. Join the sea life.
I mean, I'm trying, but I mean, I don't even have, like, I've got little hoofies. They're not especially good for slamming.
Then get a tail.
I mean, that also sounds complicated. That actually sounds. I mean, I don't know. That might be easier than gills. That's organs and things that I don't have, like an air bladder or something. I don't know.
Just kind of shrugs. I don't know, get good.
Trying. I mean, it's a nice thought. I don't think I can do that. It would be really neat to see what's under there, but I can't breathe water.
I mean, I guess to each their own, because I don't think I could climb up a mountain as well as you can. With your little goat hooves.
That's true. I don't think the attempt would kill you as quickly as trying to breathe water would kill me, but you've got a solid point.
I mean, fair enough. Like I said, to each their own. You know, some live more out in the water, and some are more suited to mountainous regions.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, darn life.
Gosh darn adaptation to certain living conditions. So yeah, I mean, make yourself at home as long as you want, or as little as you want. And if there are things you want to see, I'll be happy to try to help you see them.
And if you wish, I shall see what I can about finding a way so that you may find a way to get down there and view what's below the surface.
Would be amazing. Has anyone, you know, anyone who, air breathing, really seen the places that you live?
Not recently. We don't particularly like outsiders.
It's fair. Can hardly judge. It wouldn't have affected me up until the point where I could figure out the whole water breathing thing, so can't very well be mad, can I?
Just kind of shrugs.
Yes, that would be. If it could happen, that would be something new. And I'm sure it'd be very wonderful to see. Well, I imagine to you it's all fairly normal, but I would love to see it. See if it's like humans have imagined it is.
Lots of ruins and whatnot.
Oh, I'm sure.
And boats and skeletons and things of that nature.
Oh. It does sound a little more gruesome than I imagined.
The ocean is quite a large graveyard, to be fair.
It is. And it's not as though we exactly bury our dead when that's where they go.
He nods. Along with all the plastic as well.
Oh. They're getting better. They're finding ways. They're trying. We're trying.
But they could certainly try hard enough.
They could try harder. I think more and more they're realizing how much damage they're doing. Not fast enough, obviously, but at least they're starting to. And the younger people, especially, who are of course the most numerous, are fighting for it. I'll have to show you. When I can get up and get my phone, I'll bring it down next time. Show you videos of the kinds of things they're trying to make to pull the plastic out of the water.
I would like that.
It's a pretty little nod. But until then, I guess I should give you a chance to get your bearings and get settled.
Thank you.
Thank you for stopping to talk to us. And for sticking around and taking interest. I mean, everything's pretty new to me, but every new thing is exciting. I've never met a mer person before.
And I've never really met one of your kind either. I've just heard stories, but thank you for helping me.
Of course. I would do it for anyone. And she'll finally, go to pull herself up. Get on her feet. Would you like help getting back to the water?
I believe I can make it on my own. Thank you.
Okay. Well, at least for tonight, we're just up there. Kind of points towards the caravan where I imagine Raven has started heading. And we'll move around, but I'll come back here. And
Thank
I'll see
you.
if I can find you a way to contact us if you need things. I'm sure you're capable.
I shall try.
And there's another just bright smile, a nod. Well, until I see you again, Lear.
And you as well, Pepper.
And yeah, she'll go ahead, do a little, you take those first couple steps and you kind of do a little wave, and she'll turn about and kind of turn her focus to getting back up this rock. Well, not rock face per se, but it's very rocky, and it's something of an incline, so it takes a little bit of, paying attention to where you're putting your feet. Thankfully, there's good moonlight.
And he'll do the weird little wave back. It's kind of like someone who's never really done something like that, and they're just trying to copy, but they don't really have the motions down exactly. And then they'll turn and walk off back into the ocean.
The ocean. The treacherous ocean.
Yes, sort of oceany thingies.
You know, right? Oh, then very well. In that case, I will say, thank you players for playing, because there were quite a few, in and out. And thank you watchers for watching, because that'll probably happen. And thank you ST for randomly STing, because that's always fun. And we will see you next time in Darkness in Dublin. Dublin? There we go. There's no G there. The Changeling venue. Boo boy.